What's up, guys? Welcome back to another speed paint video for stuff I'm doing for school. This little series I'm doing, and here for my illustration class, we had to do a book cover for a short story, and I chose The Most Dangerous Game, and I just scanned in a sketch I did, and the only rule is you had to incorporate an art style from a different culture or an art movement. And I chose Aboriginal art, and you'll see that incorporated later. But so yeah, basic jungle scene here, because it's a big location of the story, and I'll have the protagonist and antagonist on different sides of the book, so you kind of get that 3D effect when you flip it over. So he's gonna shoot him, he's running away, yada yada yada. And I'm coming in now, laying down some line work. It was pretty tough to get it, make it look convincing without overdoing it. Something I'm always afraid of. But yeah, so we could make it any size we wanted, so I just chose a book that I had lying around from a previous school project and used those dimensions. And for the flaps that go inside the book, that hold the book onto the sleeve onto the book, I wanted to add a nice little cool cliff face for the island that they're on. So yeah, Most Dangerous Game, pretty cool. I think everyone really knows what it's about. Guy hunting another guy, two big hunters, molded by World War I, two different philosophies. And yeah, so here I'm coming in. This is where the Aboriginal art will come in. I just wanted it to be silhouettes of them, and then you can get that cool stippling looking dot art in there. And I made them red because red is a big motif of the story. A lot of things described as being red, and I just want to make sure to get their poses good. And now we're coming in adding color. I wanted to go all green, well, different shades of green for the jungle so the characters could stand out more. So I just had to find that right balance of what shades of green to use. I haven't really done a lot of monochromatic stuff before, so it was pretty fun. It took a while. This is one of the longest things I've ever done for a school project here. So, just searching for the balance, trying to make it look good. Oh, that bush gives me some trouble later, that bright green bush. And then, yeah, so to give it that receding effect, to make it look like, that kind of 3D space look, I just added a simple gradient on top of my base color and then painted underneath it. I think I ended up changing the saturation too to make it a little bit warmer. Now I'm going in with the characters and adding some shadows just to define different parts of their body, and then I'll add the stippling on top of the shadows. Yep, here we go in there, and that's where the Aboriginal art comes in. I've done something like this before. I think I have a video of it, so I knew I could do it, and I knew roughly what it would look like. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Add in a little drop shadow. Yeah, I contemplated adding eyebrows or a little bit more features, but I think it just looks better like this. It takes away makes them look less human, which I think kind of helps with the story, because they both, well, in the beginning, just the Russian aristocrat, I can't remember his name, but the protagonist, he's looked at as not human because he hunts other humans and he thinks what kind of monster he would be, but by the end, he kind of gets where he's coming from. They kind of leave it ambiguous to whether or not he stays or not. But now we're coming in, adding some text here. I had to fiddle with the text quite a bit. And the shade, man, when I tried printing this was like the toughest printing process I've ever had. It just printed so dark. I had to bump up the saturation on everything and really mess with it. And I wanted the title to be in red too, but it just kind of gets lost back in there. It's pretty busy up where I wanted to put it. But I know I use the trees to frame it a little bit, and then the horizon line. So that, I think it worked out pretty good. I ended up changing it to a whiter, a green-white color at the request of my professor. But yeah, see, I had to bump up the red a lot, make the flaps a little bigger. And then right at this point, I'm just taking out, making small edits. I went with a thicker typeface. I think I did, Caslon or Faxbot or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, and then I bumped up the saturation on the characters to make them pop out more. And yeah, so here's what it looks like printed out on the book that I chose. Pretty happy with it. It feels cool to hold it in the hand. You can see that I did end up switching to that white text for some more contrast. You flip it over, he's running away. Looks pretty cool. It flows really nicely too. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see it fulfilled all the way. And here's the flap, along with the story I wrote in here for a different class a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just quick sketches for these flaps because they're not too important, but I wanted to get more of the sense of the island because the island is like a character too in the story. And I will admit I didn't actually read the whole thing, I just did the Spark Notes. But yeah, so there it is. Thanks for watching. Check out some other videos. Let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.